So as the years go by, my passion for photography and video making only grows. And with every video and picture that I take, I struggle and then I learn. And I came to realize that it cannot be a story of gear doesn't matter against gear does matter. So, today I will use the iPhone 13 Pro Max and I'm gonna run it against the Fuji X-E4. I will approach this from a content creator perspective. So I will talk about the lenses and also the functionalities that both devices provides for photography and video making. Now, let's start with the iPhone. The iPhone comes with 3 camera lenses, one ultra-wide at 13mm equivalent, another wide lens at 26mm equivalent, and the telephoto lens at 77mm equivalent. The price tag is around $1,200. Now, when talking about the Fuji, it has a multitude of lenses that you can utilize, all sorts of focal lengths and aperture that you can combine to create the specific look that you are looking for. As for the price tag, it's very similar to the iPhone. It's around $1,200, but you can buy the body only. I decided to buy the body only and then a dedicated prime lens with the focal length and aperture that I was looking for. Now let's move on and let's talk about the advantages of each one of these tools. I just ran out of batteries and I recorded a lot without audio. So yeah, so that happens. Always check your audio levels, guys. Always, always. Now I'm on the quest trying to find a place where I can buy batteries for my microphone. Do you have this? This battery? Yes.
Yes. Want two?
I can take this one.
Okay.
It's fine. Yes. Thank you very much. Cheers. So let's talk about the advantages, starting with the iPhone. The first advantage for the iPhone is the portability and the fact that you always carry the phone with you. So wherever you go, you always carry with you a very capable camera. With the iPhone, you are covering a very wide spectrum of the focal length, starting from 13mm all the way through 77mm. It's like carrying different prime lenses or a zoom lens without having to change anything and without very bulky lenses. Another one is the screen brightness with the iPhone, especially if you are out in a bright day like this. With the iPhone screen being so bright, you can easily frame the shots in a day like this. So another thing to talk about is the stabilization. The iPhone has amazing stabilization. It's like you have the phone on a gimbal without having to use a gimbal. Again, it goes back to the same point of portability. You always carry with you, it's very portable, it's very small, and you don't need the gimbal. So, points to the iPhone. Then there is the workflow, especially if you have a Mac computer. With the AirDrop, you can drag and drop your pictures and videos directly to your computer without a physical connection. And that saves a lot of time. It's very straightforward. And then there's the computational photography. The iPhone has amazing AI, which helps a lot in scenarios like with a high dynamic range or during the night shots. So, what are the advantages of the camera? First, of course, is the capability of choosing multiple lenses. Now, the second advantage is the tilt screen, especially if you are doing low angle shots. You can easily pull the camera down and then flip the screen up and get a very good composition without having to do some weird stuff. Now, another advantage is the battery life. You can easily swap batteries, and if you bring multiple batteries with you, it's very easy to just swap and continue shooting. Then there are the hardware controls. I really like the hardware and the buttons and being able to change and switch the settings, changing exposure, changing ISO, shutter speed, everything. It's very easy to do at the tip of your fingers. With that, I must say, you have much more granular control over the final output of the content that you are creating. And then there is one thing that I really like a lot about the camera, which is the color profiles. This is something specific with the Fuji. I already tried Sony, Canon, all other brands, but the Fuji one, it's one of my favorite cameras when it comes to color. see for example this shot with a very challenging scenario, where with the camera I struggle to keep a good exposure, while with the phone I could get a perfect exposure given its computational assistance. Now from the other perspective, if you look into the camera footage, you're gonna notice that there is more presence of natural blurred background. Now let's talk about colors. See, the Fuji camera has what is called film simulations, which helps to stylize the pictures and videos to your liking, straight from the camera. Now the iPhone has it too. See here some examples of filters that we can apply in post to change the dynamic and the mood of your shots. Now having a look side by side between the Fuji and the iPhone shots, you see that the Fuji colors is just a different style. So, who wins the battle? First, let me say that when you see art, you are more interested in the outcome, in the art itself. If you go to a restaurant and you have a very nice meal, you don't question which forks or knife that the chef used to cook the meal. You always appreciate the final outcome. At the end, those are only tools that are available to help you to create content. The experiences you are providing and the experiences that you are capturing, it's what matters the most. There is no real winner here. Both are very capable and very excellent equipment for taking pictures and videos. Each one has its strengths, and if you know it very well, you can use it to your advantage. If you only have an iPhone, that's fine too, because the iPhone is a very capable piece of equipment. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.